Okay, so it is the end of a busy day, been a really good day, and now I'm going to show you a technique on this video that can be done a number of different ways. It all just kind of depends on you and what you want to get out of it. The thing to remember is that it's a really good way to create a soft look, a soft effect. And the truth of the matter is it can be done on any length of hair. Probably myself, if I got to a certain length or a certain thickness of hair, I would have a tendency to try the bouncier knots, and you'll find that video. In fact, I'll try to connect it somewhere, and here I'll put a link to that, to the bouncier knots, because that might get you a better result. Particularly if you took the bouncier knots and the hair was dry, and you sprayed them, the sections, with spray gel, and then you twisted them in, and you let them sit for a while, or you slept on them, one way or the other. But this particular technique looks really, really good. It's a very soft, very beautiful technique. You just are going to have to experiment with it to see all the things it can do. And by that, what I mean is, one time maybe you're using a stronger product, another time maybe you're using a softer product. Jot down your results, how long you let it sit before it was dry, what you thought of it. Then that way you would have a number of ways in which to approach it. That's what I do in the salon. I'll do a technique, I'll pay attention to how long it took me to achieve that technique on the hair type, and then I'll turn right around and I'll have that technique basically kind of in my storehouse of things that I can do at any point in time when a certain hair type comes along. So hey, be sure and subscribe. We'd love to have you stay with us. Thumbs up, let us know what you think about the video by commenting. I really appreciate that. It helps the channel out a lot if we get a little traction. We're trying to grow this channel. We have a long-term goal for it, and so we're hoping that you'll appreciate it enough to take a little part in it. Just kind of subscribe, stay with us, or just give it a thumbs up. Let us know what you think, as I just mentioned, and yeah, appreciate that very much. Hey, enjoy the technique, and I appreciate you. See you next time. This particular technique is really quite easy to do. What I'm doing is taking sections of fine hair that tends to not want to hold curl, and then I'm taking those sections on dried hair, and I'm spraying a spray gel at the base wherever I want height, and on the ends because I want the control and definition of curl. So I spray it, and then I just kind of comb it through. Not too much in the center portion of the sections, but just the base, the ends. Then I take those sections afterwards and I wrap them around my fingers and pin them with a duckbill clip. This particular client may have spent 5 or 10 minutes under the dryer, but actually that was only just because I wanted that gel to dry. You can quite literally let it sit out and it will dry on its own. Your sections on the top, put more spray gel at the crown because you want more lift. On the sides, you might use less and less. You might not put so much at the base, maybe just more on the ends, because you don't want to lose the length of the hair, so you don't want it to recoil too much. So that's how that's done. And basically these are done in fairly triangulated sections, nothing really serious, just basic triangulated sections, and then just not square, let's put it that way, so that it will fall together and it won't separate at all. No lines in the style. Let it sit for a few minutes, comb it out. Looks terrific. Now, if I wanted to get a much more aggressive reaction, say for instance, I would perhaps put a mousse or gel on the hair to begin with, then blow dry the hair, then do this technique. Or I would use more spray gel, such as at this particular point, at this particular stage. So you can make it stronger or you can make it softer. You could use, if you want to soften it, you could use a leave-in conditioner instead of a gel. But keep in mind, these are extremely soft reactions, so you're going to have to experiment a little bit to see what you like.
Sometimes you're going to have to finesse a section because it isn't working out the way you want. That happens to everybody. It happens to me. And I've been doing hair my whole life. But basically what you have to do is just be flexible. If it's not going the way you want, just keep working at it till you get it basically rolled in there with a bend. Now on the ends, in the nape area, I just want bend. I don't want to lose any length. So I'm just kind of keep working it until I get the shape in there I want. A little bit of a bend to it, and then let it dry in. So see, it's taken me more than one try. Now the moment of truth. If you want this to be soft, and you try this technique this way, then comb it through with a handle pick, and then use your hands, and don't put any hairspray in it, just for body. That's it. Now if you wanted to have more curl, as she did, more volume, as she did, then I would take and I'd work through the texture, as you see me doing here. Then I go after the texture with Kenra volume spray or a nice firm finishing spray, and I push in more volume and curl at that point. It is totally up to you. Notice how use of the Kenra volume spray at this particular point is creating more volume and curl. So if that's the look you want, this is a way to get it. If it's not, then don't do any of this part. Just run your hands through it and call it a day. You'll get a nice soft wave. This client's problem or issue was that her hair would never hold curl. Some hair types are like that. But as you can see, we have curl, and it will last. Now the reason why that's the case is because we've used a very distinct approach, very much like a pin curl set.